Hello and welcome to Dawn Corvus Writes, a Miraculous Ladybug fanfiction and audio fiction. This is the series, The Truth Behind the Lies, and it's written by Shika, narrated by Dawn myself. Hello! And it's part of Shika's Wednesday, and this is part 11. So massive shout out, and thank you very much to Shika. All her information is down below. Make sure you smash that like button, send me some love, comment down below what you think of this part, and make sure you subscribe so you do not miss out on future parts and other series and one-shots to come, and I hope you enjoy. Part 11. A ringing sound echoed through her dreams. Dreams of Adrien, trapped in a cage as she desperately tried to free him, with Lila and his father just watching silently, surrounded by a kaleidoscope of dark butterflies. The vile insects pulled her away from Adrien into the dark. She begged Tiki to go, to give Adrien the earrings so he could be safe. She screamed for Cat Noir to save them, but no one could hear her. There was that ringing again, but she had to ignore it. She had to fight. She had to transform. She had to save Adrien. Marinette jerked upright in the dark, disorientated and wondering why the ringing didn't stay in her dreams. Fumbling on her shelf above her bed, she managed to dump her phone onto her head. Blinking to clear the sleep from her eyes, Marinette looked at the screen. It was 5:30 Monday morning, and the sight of multiple text notifications brought her to marginally more awareness. 3 missed calls, all from Alya? Then there was a whole slew of text messages. Alya. Girl, wake up! I'm not kidding, Em. T, if you see this, wake her up now. The photos went viral. Nino. Hey, Marinette, answer my girl, please, so I can get back to sleep. She won't leave me alone. Alya. I can't believe you. You wore Gable Original for the most famous spread of the year and kissed Adrien in the process, and you didn't tell me? What followed after that was a string of emojis, each more upset than the last. Finally, the last message read, Fine, just wanted to warn you, but we will talk at school. Marinette, is everything okay? Tiki asked sleepily, rubbing her eyes with her paws. I don't know, she said. Alya is going nuts. Something about the photos going viral? What photos? The photos from our date to the market got the normal amount of traffic to Adrien's accounts. Then her brain engaged properly. Oh, Tiki, what if she means the ones from the photo shoot? Marinette. What photos? 2 seconds later, a picture popped on her screen. A picture of her and Adrien together under the weeping cherry trees, both with eyes closed and lips almost touching. Splashed across the picture was the headline, Adrien's True Love, in large red letters with hearts all around them. Marinette. They weren't supposed to come out for another 2 weeks. Oh, this is a disaster. Alya. Yeah, the photos were leaked in the press sometime last night. Check here. She included a link, and Marinette saw a similar article on a major news site, entertainment section. And another, and another. It wasn't just the one photo of the almost kiss. There was Adrien kissing her wrist, him holding her from behind with an intense look and pleased smirk as she blushed. A shot of her from behind with Adrien in focus, beyond her with wide shining eyes and cheeks aflame. Alya. Don't go looking for more, trust me. You don't want to know what the oddballs and the fans are saying. Marinette. It's on every major news outlet. Alya. And 24 fashion blogs, not to mention the fan sites. Even the lady blog is blowing up. Marinette. But why? Alya sent her a rolling eye emoji in response. Alya. You get a hug and a hand kiss from Cat Noir one day and publishing kissing Adrien and Grace a few days later. Both Adrien and Cat's fans are up in arms for all sorts of reasons. Oh, Tiki, what am I going to do? Lila telling Adrien I was dating Cat was bad enough. He knows the truth, but now all of Paris thinks that I'm two-timing Adrien. Her phone dropped from her nerveless fingers as she covered her face in despair. Oh, this is a disaster.
At least Alya seems supportive,
her little friend offered. Her phone dinged again and Marinette lunged for it. Her face fell as she held out the screen so Tiki could read the message. Alya. So, now you'll listen to me and make peace with Lila?
Okay, maybe not. You should contact Adrien.
Why, Tiki? It's not like he could do anything about it. It went viral. Her little friend nuzzled her cheek in comfort.
I know, but he would want to know. And he does know how to contact Cat Noir, doesn't he?
Marinette sat up straighter. You're right. He can contact Cat. Maybe Cat could clear all of this love triangle business on the Ladybug and ease that pressure at least.
And Adrien is used to being in the public eye, so he will be able to help you deal with it.
But it's not even dawn yet. I wouldn't...
If you wait until school, it might be too late to head this off, Tiki said. Adrien will understand. Just call him.
Right. She flipped through the contacts and called Adrien, all the nerves she had been starting to lose around him rushing back with full force. It took 3 rings before a sleepy voice said, hello? Adrien? Sorry to wake you up, but... Marinette? Adrien suddenly sounded wide awake. Are you okay? What's wrong? Alya texted me. The photo shoot pictures were leaked and we are all over the news. Alya said that your fans and cats are starting a war on the Ladybug, saying we're some sort of love triangle, and... It's okay, Marinette, calm down, he said soothingly. Take a slow breath for me, alright? She did as he asked, struggling to pull air into her lungs and her heart pounding in panic. Good. Now, let me see if I've got this straight. Alya told you that the photo pictures of us had been leaked to the media and it went viral? Yes, she said as calmly as she could, but they are being taken out of context. At best, the whole world knows that we're dating, and now, thanks to Lila's video, people think I'm cheating on you with Cat Noir. He chuckled. Well, things could be worse. Being torn between a supermodel and a superhero can't be that bad. Marinette actually growled into her phone. Forget Arameus, your 5th name is Mud if you keep picking on me like this, Adrien and Grace. It's too early in the morning for any of this. Okay. Just trying to lighten the mood. What if I ask Cat to swing by Alya's before school for an interview? Should have done that anyway, what with Lila's video and all. He can explain that the two of you aren't dating. That should clear up the angle at the least. I will grab Natalie early. She will probably already know about the leak and see if I can pick you up. Maurice can protect you once you're with us. Does that sound good? She heaved a sigh of relief. Sounds fine. Oh, thanks, Adrien. Sorry for waking you so early. I just kind of woke up in a panic mode. I can't blame you, Marinette. I would too if Alya dropped that kind of bomb on me while I was still asleep. Did she seem like she was more on our side? Not really. She thinks that I need to back off and make peace with Lila. Sorry about that. I know it's hard when your best friend doesn't believe you. He sounded so sad for her that she had to make some attempt to cheer him up. Well, my best friends do believe me, even if one runs around wearing cat ears and the other's 5th name is Mud. There was a silence over the phone for a long moment, then she heard him chuckle. Thanks, Marinette. You're the best. What kind of girlfriend would I be if I didn't try to cheer you up? Another awkward pause, then. Marinette? Yeah? Could I ask you something? Sure, I have... She looked at the clock on her phone. Another hour and 15 minutes before I have to be getting up for school, so why not? The other day at the photo shoot, if we... Her face went red, extremely thankful that she hadn't done this as a video call. How she wished she could tell him how much she loved him and how long. How precious he was to her. One of the strongest reasons to keep fighting every day against Lila and Chloe, especially Shadow Moth. How she wanted to transform and force his father to give Adrien more freedom and attention and love. But the words got lodged in her throat, choking her. Marinette? Did you fall back to sleep? No, she murmured, resigned to handing him another piece of her broken heart. Just thinking. I had fun doing the photo shoot with you. It might have been stressful, but it was also one of the best days I've had in a long while, because we did it together. I just wanted to make sure you were okay after, well... She stilled herself. I know it was just for the photo shoot. It's like a play. It doesn't have to mean anything unless we want it to, right? She heard him clear his throat nervously, and she could imagine him rubbing the back of his neck. I don't normally get carried away while doing a shoot. It's just I feel so comfortable around you, especially compared to Lila. And you give such great hugs that fill me up inside, and I enjoy spending time with you. She giggled sleepily. Adrien, I thought I was a babbler in this relationship. There was a moment of silence except for what sounded like a muffled groan in the background. Adrien, are you okay? Yeah, just I'm not as clear as I would like to be right now. That's okay, you know, she said softly. I get it, and you don't need to worry. I'm fine. We're fine. I just wanted to make sure I didn't overstep any boundaries. Adrien, Kat hinted that you are touch-starved? Is that the right term? I don't know, but after what you said on Saturday, I think I understand better. You don't get enough positive touch or attention, and am I right? How was she even having this conversation with him without being a stammering hot mess? Maybe the tiredness and the shock first thing on waking was letting her compartmentalize. Maybe she should confess to him after the next late night Kuma fight. No. She had already confessed and it failed. This isn't the moment for that. Focus on Adrien. Yeah, he muttered sadly. I guess I don't. Then don't worry about it. I'm a hugger, and let me fill you up whenever you need it, okay? I don't mind, and with this whole Lila thing going on, I've been a little short on hugs too, so I'll follow your lead and let you know if I ever feel uncomfortable, alright? Promise you'll tell me? I said I would. He sighed. Have I told you lately how amazing you are, Marinette? She blushed again. Yeah, you have. Then I'll say it again. Marinette Dupang Chang, you are the kindest, most amazing person I have ever met. Shh! You don't want to wake your father up. Who cares? I want the whole world to know just how incredible you are. What do you think? Shall I hire a skywriter to scroll your name in mile-high letters over Paris to celebrate your greatness? She giggled. Careful, or I'll tell everyone exactly how much of a goofball you really are. Sure, right, after I change my name to Mud. Your father would go ballistic. Go back to sleep, Mud. We have Mrs. Mandalea's pop quiz today, remember? Yeah, and I need to get Kat over to Alya's. We'll pick you up for school, okay? Okay. You're the best, Adrien. Thank you. You're welcome. Good night, my sweet. Good night, my prince. The call shut off and Marinette cradled the phone next to her, staring at the picture of her and Adrien at the market, touching foreheads with closed eyes. She made sure to set an extra alarm so she would be up on time and pulled her Cat Noir doll in for a hug. Soon she was drifting back to sleep, but one thought followed her down. Adrien had called her my sweet, even though no one was there to hear it. Alya had been thrilled at an early morning interview with Cat Noir. She had been her normal nosy self, and while Adrien was grateful for her warning Marinette like she had, he was still frustrated with her over how she was treating a friend. "So, Cat, is the Black Cat of Paris interested in Marinette Dupin-Chang like the video suggests?" Alya's phone was aimed at him, her eyes wide and excited. He waved her off. Marinette is an amazing girl in many ways, but she is in a committed relationship right now, and I respect that. "So, you're saying there is not a love triangle between you, Marinette, and Adrien Agresse?" He sighed. "Alya, may I call you Alya?" She nodded. "Marinette is an incredible girl and a good friend, and her parents' bakery is my favorite. But my first job is to protect Paris and its citizens from Shadowmoth. If I was dating her behind the mask, it would only put her family, and her friends at risk. I would never do that." "Are you saying you wouldn't mind dating her if she wasn't going out with Adrien?" Her eyes were narrowed, but a smirk played around her mouth, as if she knew something he didn't. "Maybe, if she could ever know me behind the mask, but for now I'm glad that she has someone to look out for her during these tough times, and from what I've seen, she and Adrien are pretty happy." And that was Cat Noir debunking the rumours that he is in a love triangle with Marinette Dupin-Chang and Adrien Agresse. So all of you cat fans out there have nothing to worry about. Catch you later and stay connected. Alya shut her phone off. "Thanks for the interview, Cat. I hope that will clear it up for Marinette at the very least." "I hope so too." "How are you doing? If you don't mind me asking, none of this will go public, I promise." He let a cheerful smirk fall from his face. "To be honest, Rena, I'm not sure I can trust you." She stared at him for a long moment and sighed. "That's fair, I suppose, after Ladybug keeping my hero work hidden from you for so long." "No, that's only part of it. It's how you've been treating Marinette." Alya's eyes widened behind her glasses. "What?" "Alya is a bold-faced liar, Alya. Ladybug and I have had problems with her ever since she came to town. And you believing her over your best friend? She got Marinette expelled. She has been threatening her for over a year. Adrien shouldn't have to be her first line of defense. It should be you. Now I'm worried that she may be akumatized because of all this. Can you imagine how Marinette must feel knowing you think she is just jealous? Well, I know Adrien and he can't stand Lila. He is much happier with Marinette. She is good and honest and kind. She has the biggest heart in the world, and you are helping Lila break it. So no, I don't trust you to talk off the record." He readied his baton and stepped out onto Alya's scrap of a balcony. "I can't blame you for being fooled, Alya, but you have been more willing to believe a stranger than your best friend. Those kind of choices leave scars. Believe me, I should know." With that, he launched himself back towards his house, hoping what he had said would nudge her back towards Marinette. He landed in his bedroom just in time to transform before his alarm went off. "Ugh, I hate early morning runs. Cheese! Where's my precious cheese?" Plague groaned, pretending to crawl through the air towards the fridge. "Come on! It was worth it to clear Marinette as best as we could, and it gave me a chance to give Alya an earful about how she's been treating her." "True. Do you think it did any good?" Adrien shrugged. "Hard to tell. Alya can be pretty scary if someone questions her journalistic credibility, which us standing against Lila would do, since Alya's plastered the lady blog with her interview and believed everything she claimed so far." Natalie called him on FaceTime, reminding him of fencing and Chinese lessons for that day. As you can see, Natalie, I'm ready to go, but I did need to speak to you for a moment. I got a message from Marinette this morning. Are you aware of the photo leak? I am. Apparently, a hacker cracked the photography department database and leaked the photos. Your father has already issued a statement to the press saying that these photos were stolen and taken out of context. Unfortunately, there is not much we can do about it at this point. I know, but I was wondering if my driver and I could start picking Marinette up for school, at least until the 15 minutes are over. She doesn't have any real experience dealing with the press. That is a fair point. Very well. I will discuss a change in plans with your driver. Sure enough, the bakery was swarmed with people that morning, hoping to catch a glimpse of Marinette coming out. Maurice pulled up by the side entrance as close as he could get, and Adrien opened the door just long enough for Marinette to dive inside. Of course, knowing Marinette, this meant that she landed across his lap and somehow managed to close the door with her foot. They both blushed and then laughed at the absurdity of it all. Only I could manage an entrance like that, she giggled, still pink in the cheeks. Think anyone caught it on camera? Not with how fast you were moving. They would just think a new superhero was in town. Yeah, Miraculous Marinette with the power of being super clumsy. She got off him and he missed her warmth instantly. He wrapped his arms around her. Nope, your superpower would be having a heart of gold, Marinette. You be Lady Bountiful, giving to everyone from the fullest of heart. Thanks, Adrien. Not sure how that would save Paris from evil butterflies. He chuckled. Don't you see? You could heal all the broken hearts and hurt feelings in Paris before Shadowmoth could akumatize them, at least. He lowered his voice and squeezed her ever so slightly. That's what you're doing for me. She leaned her head against his shoulder with a weary sigh, and he saw a tear glide down slowly from her cheek. What's wrong, my sweet? He asked gently. Did you have trouble going back to sleep after our call this morning? She sniffed and shook her head. No. Alya woke me up out of a bad nightmare with her messages and calls. Do you need to talk about it? Maybe later, after school. Do you still have time between fencing and Chinese? Yep, I'm all yours. She smiled. Good, because I have a surprise for you. He blinked in surprise. But you didn't have to do anything for me, Marinette. She nudged him in the shoulder with a crooked grin. I know I didn't have to. I wanted to show you how much I care about you. Besides, your Lady Bountiful is a giver, and giving makes a giver happy. She took his hand in hers and pressed it lightly. And making you happy is what makes me the happiest. His cheeks burned, but he didn't look away. He couldn't. Not when her eyes were sparkling with truth like that. Not when her face was a rose garden in shades of white, pink, and crimson. Not when her small hands curled around his fingers so gently. She was so many things, all of them beautiful to him. When she said that she loved him, it made his heart soar, even though he knew she must have meant as a friend. He knew she had her buttercup, but even with that shadow hanging over his thoughts, he was still thrilled as she called herself his Lady Bountiful. Maybe, just maybe, Adrien had found a new lady after all. Thank you for listening to part 11 of The Truth Behind the Lie. I hope you enjoyed it. It was so good. Cat giving Alya a piece of his mind. Okay, make sure you comment down below what you thought of it. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. And make sure you do not miss out on other series and one-shots coming your way. And I hope you are good. And I'll speak to you soon. Bye.